Svartalfheim is supposed to be quite... I am the evil.
Oi, you lazy gits! Why is that taking so long? Come on, get off your lazy asses and bring that dynamite over here so we can get that darn artifact thing out of the ground!
But the storm, milady queen! How are we supposed to work in this storm?
Call me lady. You can go on the doctor to surgically remove my boot from your arse! That little breeze ain't no storm, you candy asses! Besides, we're looking for that artifact so that it can protect you precious little cupcakes from the wind! Now, get a move on, bring that dynamite over here, and let's get the fireworks started!
While the dwarf queen was digging in the mountains, Talia had completed a portion of the climb to the summit.
What, pray tell, do you mean portion of the climb? I just did my cardio training for the next 3 years. Is it just me, or do I end up climbing some peak in every damn part of this series?
Important things seemed to have a penchant for hiding in remote places, and the Council of Little Snots was no exception. Talia had to reach the mountain peak. The Council of Little Snots could be found there. She would have to gain access to it via the Twisted Cave system. For this reason, and of course because of the many heroes who kept appearing, it was imperative for her to build a dungeon here.
Okay, good idea. Then I can take a short breather. Okay, creatures, you're up. Dig tunnels, find dwarves, and pull out their beards. I was just reading my Horde Exploitation for Experts handbook and came across something about a voodoo brew.
The Voodoo Brew was a shamanistic site for the Horde. Little Snots could make potions there that could be used much like spells.
And I only hear about this now? Damn, I could have used that thing 5 missions ago. It probably could have been used to corrode my way out of that damn cage. Come on, you little snots. Build a voodoo brew. Slap some stuff together and sell it as an energy drink.
The researching evil now had access to basic potions. From now on, Little Snots would occasionally produce them too. The complex evil now had access to complex potions. From now on, Little Snots could also make these at random in the Voodoo Brew.
Oi, lads! Looks like some trash has spread through my mountains. Time to clean house. Throw that garbage back into the valley.
Ugh, those repulsive goody two-shoes, goody dwarves. Ah, whatever. They have no chance against me and my creatures. Get them! Wipe them out! Wash their faces with soap! Paint fake moustaches on them!
Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Raging storm roared over the mountains. Whether heroes or creatures, they were all massively hindered by the strong winds. Perhaps this artifact the Dwarf Queen had spoken of really did exist.
Pretty damn coincidental that this artifact should be located somewhere around here, right where we need it.
Indeed, but the writers of this series have never been known for their excessive creativity.
True enough. Good for us at any rate. If that thing is anywhere here to be found, I won't let a single little snot rest until it is dug up. I will, however, allow myself a little break in the meantime.
And lost strength. Now was a good time to hit the overworld to earn some evilness there.
What now? But I just made myself a cocoa with unicorn marshmallows. I mean, absolutely true. That's what I thought. Forward, creatures! Out into the cold with you! Pillage, plunder, move trail markers! Ha 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 ha!
It's payday.
The voodoo brew had been built. Little Snots could now brew wonderful potions at an alchemist's cauldron there. A new area. The first Horde potion bubbled happily away, waiting to be used by the potion-throwing evil.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Once again, a thunderous storm hit the mountains. a hero fell victim to the icy storm. Ding dong, it's payday. The storm had lost its strength. The earthwormy evil had used Earth Theatre to excavate rock as quickly as possible. A little research even made it possible to dig up a gold vein as quickly as possible. The optimizing evil used Improved Dungeon to massively increase the efficiency of one of its rooms. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. Your little snots have dug up a spider. The slowly stalking evil seemed to have already come very close to the dwarven artifact. Very close indeed. That the desirous evil's little snots had found an artifact in the underground. Once placed in a vault of evilness, it would unleash its power.
Oh, wonderful. Once again, I did an excellent job. Move it, you lazy creatures! Bring the artifact to the Vault of Evilness, so that this freezing storm can no longer harm us.
There are enemies in your dungeon. A creature has become livid with rage.
Ding dong! It's payday! The bonus-grabbing evil had stored an artifact in order to unleash its powers. Another storm was brewing.
One of your creatures is furious and is on strike.
Thanks to the artifact, the broadly grinning evil's creatures were protected from the roaring gusts of wind, giving them an advantage in the fight against the heroes. The storm abated and moved on.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
last Happy Evil's creatures had discovered a wagon full of dynamite. This could be used to clear weak rock formations out of the way.
Ha-ha! Great! If Tristan was still here, I could tie him to the wagon, and then... Ah, never mind. Big explosions are fun just the way they are. Come on, let's blow something up.
Once again, a thunderous storm hit the mountains. A squad of heroes caught in the storm lost one of its members as they were driven mercilessly on through the tempest by their unsympathetic leader, who was obsessed with revenge. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. Your little snots have completely mined out a gold vein. One of your creatures is furious and is on strike. The storm had lost its strength. Payday!
One of your creatures has become livid with rage. There are enemies in your dungeon. A creature has become livid with rage.
Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. Another storm was brewing. The storm cost a hero his life.
Showed him.
The storm abated and moved on. Man-of-wars have appeared in your dungeon. Talia and the demolition-loving evil had used the dynamite they had found to blast a few rocks out of the way. In accordance with good old computer game logic, some treasures tumbled out of the blasted rock.
Great. We really deserve this for all the hard work. There should be an achievement for this, I think. I said so. I love video games for their important contribution to culture. Come on, let's blow up some more rocks.
Man-of-wars have appeared in your dungeon.
That's another rock formation I can blast away with dynamite, right? Great. Finally, something...
More rock was destroyed by exploding dynamite. Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. Talia and the exploratory evil had discovered a new entrance on the overworld. This would give them access to a previously inaccessible area of the underground.
Oh, good. We're finally approaching the top of this damn mountain. Go, creatures! Smoke out the last few dwarves.
Flatten them. Still, they're wall decorations.
Once again, a thunderous storm hit the mountains. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon. The storm had lost its strength. The excavating evil had found a new passage to the surface. Even though the dungeon was completely flat, this still led to a much higher position on the face of the mountain. In keeping with this, as if some invisible line set by level designers had been crossed, the storm outside intensified. It seemed like the raging winds would last even longer from now on.
Oi, lads! Sure Surely you're not going to let those vermin take away our good dynamite now, are ya? Come on, you maggots. Get outside and guard that stuff!
You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. The rock there looked a little porous. Some dynamite could probably get it out of the way. Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Another storm was brewing. The storm took its deadly toll among the heroes as well. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. Payday. Area of the dungeon has been discovered. The storm abated and moved on. You have
Another entrance into the underground. Excellent! I bet it will take us all the way to the peak. All right, creatures, take that thing and wipe out all the guards.
A gold vein is almost exhausted. Enemies have entered the dungeon. mountain climbing evil's creatures had now almost reached the top of the mountain through another exit from the dungeon. The Council of Little Snots was almost within reach.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Man-of-wars have been discovered in your dungeon. Once again, a thunderous storm hit the mountains. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. A gold vein has been mined out. A squad of heroes caught in the storm lost one of its members as they were driven mercilessly on through the tempest by their unsympathetic leader, who was obsessed with revenge.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Payday! Creatures are collecting their pay.
You punks! It's about time I personally introduced you to my fists! This one is lefty, and this one is righty, and they both smell like dew.
Oh, that's for sure. They haven't seen a bathtub in a while, have they? Never mind the rest of what they're attached to.
I like your sense of humor, little black boy here. I'll try to kill you last! Die!
The storm had lost its strength.
Oi! This is all actually a bit inconvenient right now. We'll postpone our little brawl until later, you maggots!
Brynhild, queen of the dwarves, had made her escape. Apparently the battle had not gone quite to her liking.
Coward! Come back here! Just runs away from a fair man-to-man fight. And by man-to-man, I mean dwarf against an army of vicious, murderous creatures. Treachery!
A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. Your gold vein is nearly exhausted. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. Ding dong, it's payday. Manivores have been discovered in your dungeon.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. The glamorous evil had discovered another storm was brewing. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered.
Payday.
Finally, I've reached the thrice-damned mountaintop. But next time, I'll have my creatures build a cable car instead of climbing something like this again.
Of course, you could always try to quit smoking and drinking and do more for your fitness. Just a suggestion. Personally, it helped me a lot. And now that I'm training for marathons, I'm...
Yeah. Thanks so much for your little prep talk. Could you please write your well-intentioned advice on a piece of paper so I can make a paper aeroplane out of it?
Ungrateful wretch. Be that as it may, Talia had actually made it to the top. There, however, all that awaited her was an inconspicuous stone gate.
That's less than impressive. Can't it glow or something? Is the battery dead? Maybe I should smack it with the flat of my hand.
Talia was obviously intellectually out of her depth, trying to decipher this riddle. All she had to do was utter the secret formula. Fladdery-Dutch.
Fladdery-Dutch.
Fladdery-Dirk.
Fladdery-Duck?
Well, that didn't work.
That didn't... very funny, hilarious. They should give you your own TV show for your jokes, you comedian.
Yes, thank you. I am waiting for offers. My agent will get in touch. In the meantime, you might want to just press that little button on the side so we can finally get back to business.
Stupid button, stupid narrator, stupid council of little snots.
Talia had finally reached the venerable Council of Little Snots, high upon Mount Snotmore. These wisest of the wise gathered together, and Talia asked them the most pressing question weighing on her mind. Would she herself one day sit on a throne as a ruler? Would she hold the strings of power in a fifth installment of the Dungeons series? Would the overpaid narrator finally shut his mouth? Wait a minute. Talia's stupid questions simply bounced off the wise little snots. The most important question in the room, and for this story, was that of a new vessel for the absolute evil. The wise little snots deliberated. When they finally stepped in front of Talia again, who still hung on to her naive dreams, mumbling, and unlike me has only been with us for 2 installments, the leader of the little snots held a bundle in its hands. Inside this bundle was a cute, cuddly, never-before-seen baby little snot. It's crazy the ideas they keep coming up with. The little snot named Gorgu had to absorb the essence of absolute evil in order to serve as an adequate substitute. But apparently the little diaper butt was not yet strong enough to absorb all of the required essence. Talia would first have to train and strengthen Gorgu before he could fully absorb the power of the absolute evil. The Big E.T. Talia had caught the young Gorgu's favor. With a little more power, he could quickly become the new absolute evil. But to do so, he would need to be strengthened.